Welcome back to Collective Practice. I'm Lauren Spaulding, and if you're new here, this is a podcast for mental health entrepreneurs where we talk about business skills, clinical skills, and mental health. And welcome to today's episode where we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of opening your own private practice. Now, of course, this is not the end-all be-all list of all the pros and cons to being your own business owner, but this is just a few to get you started as you are exploring this option for yourself and looking into opening your own practice in the near future. So let's start with some pros. The first pro I want to list is flexibility in your work schedule and pay. When you are running your own private practice, you get to set your own calendar, your own availability. You're not having to compete with other people's availability, and you get to set your own rates. That can feel so freeing to people who have been in different situations where you had to see clients within a certain window because you're sharing the office with someone else, or the business owners have their own business hours that you have to stay within, even though it's not the hours that you necessarily want to see clients. And all of us know what it's like to not be able to set your own rate and to not have much say in that. That can feel really, really frustrating when you feel like it's time to raise your rates, when it feels appropriate to you to reassess your values and see if your rates do need to increase, and you don't even feel like you have that option. So I feel like this is such a huge pro for going into private practice, is that you get to determine these things for yourself, which means your business gets to work for you. And it means your business gets to provide some freedom for you. The second pro I want to mention is that you have flexibility with your business plan. You get to determine how you grow your business, how you market your services, and what all you contribute to within the community. If you want to go speak at a conference, get trained in a different therapy model, add a service to the different ones that you currently offer, you don't have to check in with someone to make sure it's okay. You don't have to potentially argue with someone if they feel it's not aligned with their business plan or their business model. You get to determine what your business plan looks like for the next year, for the next 5 years. You get to determine if it changes, if it grows, if it evolves, and you get to be the leader of your practice growing. Because the reality is, whether you are working for yourself or working for someone else, we are our services. We are our brand. We are our business. Clients are coming to work with us. So when we feel limitations around how we can market ourselves, what resources we can tap into, how we can contribute to the greater community, that can feel very stifling to our growth as a therapist. And so owning your own private practice, you get to determine all of that for yourself, and you get to reap the benefits of trying out different ways to connect with the community, to market your services, to grow your business and flourish. And the third pro for private practice that I want to share is that you get to live in your values as a therapist. You get to establish what your practice is rooted in. You get to establish how that shows up for you, for your clients, for your colleagues. You get to live within what feels right to you, your passions, what drives you, and how you picture healthy mental health. And that can be such a huge freedom to feel as a therapist. You get to determine things like your brand message, your brand voice, all of the different ways that your values are expressed for yourself and for your business. Let's talk about a few of the cons to running your own private practice. The first one being that being a business owner and doing things like marketing, like accounting, and all the other things that go into private practice feels incredibly overwhelming. For some of us, these tasks can feel so out of our wheelhouse that we're not even sure if we can do it. Putting yourself out there, establishing things like social media, email marketing, a steady stream of referrals can feel very overwhelming to a new business owner, especially when we didn't even have any business training in school, or if we did, it was one class. And I don't know about you, but that one class that I was able to sign up for was so outdated that a guest speaker came in and told us that he doesn't recommend posting ads in newspapers. All right, thanks for the advice. It can feel like you have to learn a lot and that the learning curve is scary as a new business owner. But actually, the truth is, it's not. And there are resources that you can tap into to learn better business management, better financial management, and better marketing. The second con, which is associated with you doing this all by yourself, is that sometimes your work schedule can feel like a lot. Sometimes you've got really busy work days where you're working more than 8 hours that day. Sometimes you're working on your off days, or sometimes you're working late at night or having to wake up extra early to get some tasks done. I will say that that does settle down after your practice is a bit more established. There are ways that you can ensure that you don't give into that hustle culture, work and grind kind of mentality as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. But I will admit that there are phases of being a business owner where you do have to dedicate more hours to your business than you would like to. And the third con that I'll talk about is that your income can fluctuate. And that can feel scary to some, especially when you're still struggling with scarcity mindset and when you're still working through some negative core beliefs that you have around finances and potential loss of finances. Now, you can reach a point, and you will reach a point, where your income feels a bit more steady, where your clients are tried and true loyal, you don't feel like you have to take on any new clients. But there's always going to be some fluctuation in the year. There are times of the year where clients tend to cancel more or take time away for vacations or time off more. There are times of the year where everyone seems to be getting sick, or times where you notice just a strange trend that doesn't really have any explanation, but you don't have a lot of people on your calendar for that week. Absolutely, that happens, and that can feel scary. But when you have healthy financial management of your business, when you have a pulse on your money, when you're budgeting for paid time off, unexpected and planned, the fluctuating income can feel a lot less scary. And I'll mention that as your practice grows and as you get ready to scale your services, you'll be adding another income stream to your private practice so that during those off seasons or those times of fluctuation with one-on-one clients, you're not feeling as much of a dip in your income. You're not having to pay yourself way less or dip into your PTO because you have another revenue stream coming in that can supplement any lack of income during a certain season. By adding different streams of income to your practice, you're giving yourself more and more financial freedom. So there you have it. There's 3 major pros and cons to owning your own private practice. I do hope that this gave you some insight into making a decision of opening your own private practice and potentially what you want that to look like. And I hope that you're able to hear that all of these cons that come with private practice can be worked through and that you can gain the confidence as a business owner to address all of those things that feel scary about it. And that's everything I've got for you today. So be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It's free and it's the easiest way to support this podcast and help it reach even more people. And be sure to share today's episode with a friend, a colleague, or anyone who could benefit from today's information. Be sure to follow me on my other social medias where I post even more free content for mental health entrepreneurs. And check out the Collective Practice membership. New members are joining now, and we will be starting off your orientation on February 22nd. So from today until the 22nd, you can sign up and become a member and learn all about running your own private practice, all about how to grow it, how to market, and how to scale your practice and add that different income stream that can help with that fluctuating revenue. If you have any questions about the Collective Practice membership, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to clarify anything that feels uncertain to you or help you with any hesitation you might have with tapping into this awesome community and these awesome resources. Thanks so much for joining me in today's episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.